Hi guys, it's a beautiful day once again and welcome back to Dexter's World Channel. This day is really beautiful because my friends allowed me to be in this beautiful duck farm. Of course, last video that we had, they allowed us to have a film on their goat farm and we learned a lot of lessons out of that video. And today, we are going to learn many lessons out of duck farming because this duck farming is actually a good business. But if you don't know the basic rules on raising ducks, it will make you poor or it will make you rich. No businessman would like to invest money just to become poor. We always wanted to have gains. We always wanted to become successful in our business. The tips that we are going to learn today are actually now going to be revealed by our friends. Well, we are here in the busy duck farm. They have here so many animals. And this is also an integrated farming and we are glad that we are here. And with me is the part owner of this business, a very young and talented businessman, none other than my friend, Ruel Polisco. Did I pronounce your name correctly?
Yes, correct.
Yes, Ruel is a promising businessman also, gaining knowledge and inspiration from the big boss, Mr. Benji Chong. And we are here to give you some tips on how to become successful in this kind of business. So, Mr. Ruel will give us some tips based on experience and of course, study of course. And I'm so glad that partly he gained also his knowledge about our experience in duck farming. We have uploaded so many videos about duck farming. We give some tips. But today we are going to formally inform you about the basic, very basic tips on how to go about this farm. So, Sir Ruel, thank you for accommodating us here.
Thank you.
And I would like to ask you, when did you start this business?
Actually, we started last 2018, late December. We started from growing ducklings and we started May of 2019. That's our first harvest. And we started like 300 heads. Actually, I started this business with actually zero knowledge.
Yes.
But would like to say thank you kay Mr. Dexter. Because of his videos, I've learned a lot and it helped me to run my own duck farm business.
Actually, guys, it's an honor and the privilege to know about those things. But what we gave in our video are only the basic tips. And what he will give to us now are the experiences, the do's and don'ts that will warn us in order to become successful if ever you wanted to venture in this kind of business. So he said that he started with only how many heads?
300.
300 heads, and now he has how many?
2,600. But the maximum capacity we have here is like 6,000 heads.
So he started with 300 heads, now he has 2,600 something or more. So it would mean that this is a business actually. And we will ask him, why did you choose this duck farm venture or business as your business?
Actually, duck layer farming is a very potential business because it has a very high demand, especially here in Zamboanga City. As far as I'm concerned, there are only few farm here in Zamboanga City in which most of around 90% of the balot here in Zamboanga is coming from Manila.
So if you guys will know, Manila is our capital city and we really run short of the balut supply. You know, this balut is the incubated eggs, the eggs of the duck that were put inside in the incubator for 18 days. and then we will harvest that, and we will eat the egg with chick inside. So that's the balut, the local term of the incubated egg. So the demand is really very high. And he said that this is a potential business. Well, I agree, because I myself have proven that this business really is a good business. But if you will not know the basic tips, it will make us poor. Because there are certain times that our ducks will stop laying eggs. And we would like to learn that from our friend Ruel. We said that balut is really high in demand in the market. Now, how we are going to produce the balut?
Before going to harvest, you need to understand that you should go through some process.
Okay, we have a process.
Yes.
Okay.
For example, here in Zamboanga City, we usually start from ducklings. Unlike in Manila, they have reliable sources where they can have the RTL or the
Yes.
ready to lay.
Oh, okay.
But unfortunately, here in Zamboanga, if you do that,
Uh-huh.
it's one reason that it will make you poor.
Yeah.
I think you also have the
Yeah, we're saying that we don't have here reliable source where to buy the RTL or the ready-to-lay hen. Hens that are at the age of 4 months or 5 months that
5
can
months, yes.
lay eggs immediately.
Correct.
So if we're gonna buy that, there is a tendency that a supplier would sell us old ones, meaning that those ones that will no longer lay their eggs. So it is better to start from ducklings, because these ducklings are certified layers after 4 to 5 months. So you are sure that you are feeding with breeding materials that will really lay eggs, rather than buying this from other sources, RTL, which we don't know if those are really young, that haven't used yet, because ducks are productive. So from the ducklings, we are going to wait 4 months before they're gonna produce these eggs. But I would like to know how it is to raise ducklings from day 1 to 4 months, because I know that the feeding of these
different.
animals are different according to its size, according to their ages. Can you share that to our friends?
So if you start from ducklings, I mean ducklings as in day old, first 2 weeks you will be giving them booster.
Yes.
So there are like 5 stages you have to undergo before laying eggs. Number 1 is 2 weeks, you give them booster. Then after 3 to 4 weeks, you start giving them the starter layer.
Okay.
After a month, you can give them like grower, because grower is more affordable compared with the starter. After around 4 or 4.5, you can switch them to pre-lay. During the 6 months, you can give them the layer.
That's the time that the ducklings will start laying eggs, and you will start also harvesting the eggs every morning.
Yes, correct.
This is a warning that we are going to give to those aspiring duck farmers. If you really are serious about engaging this kind of business, yes, this is lucrative, but we have to prepare a big capital. If you will just raise 100 of them, you did not have a big capital. But if you will go by the thousands, then our warning is you prepare lot of money.
Actually, there are 3 methods on how to do business with this duck farm. Number 1 is what we call pagala. Pagala means in Tagalog like free-range duck. They just get their food, what is available around them. So it's very cheap. It will not cost you that much. Number 2 method would be the hanger type. So hanger type is the most expensive one. For example, just to give you some ideas, one building around 3,000 heads. If you build a hanger type of duck layer, it will cost you around 1.2 million for the infrastructure itself. The heads will cost around 250, for example. You will be spending another 750,000. So most likely you need to prepare around 2 million or 2 plus, because you have still to feed them. The third method is like combination. It's what we call the confined method. For example, what we have here is the confined method. The place is like very spacious. They can roam around. They can have their water. I think it's the most practical for me, because since I started with zero knowledge, I still need to study those technicalities with this business.
My friend Roel will tell us how much per duck will consume in a day and how many tranches of feeding do we give them in order for these ducks to effectively produce eggs.
In order for your ducks to be productive, you need to feed them around 135 grams
Per day.
per bird per
Per
day.
bird, yes.
For them to perform well, here in our farm, we feed them like 3 times a day.
So you are going to divide the 135
Yes,
in
that is 45
three
grams.
portions.
Oh, yes.
So more or less 45 grams
Yes.
per feeding.
Per feeding.
So if you have like 500 ducks in one cage, you will multiply that to 45 grams and the total weight of it will be given in the first feeding. But he said that 45 grams will be given in the morning, 45 grams will be given in noontime because he's feeding 3 times a day, and another 45 grams will be given in the afternoon per duck. Another question that maybe you will ask is why? Why are you not giving them one time or the 135 grams will be given only 2 times?
Actually, feeding time should be 3 times a day, 45 grams per feeding. You should start around 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
Usually, our ducks, they eat a lot when the weather is like fresh because during lunchtime, if especially summer, the temperature is high, they will not really eat. In the evening, we should also observe if they finish the 135 grams. If not, you have to adjust the lighting program. You should at least give them 16 hours of daylight for them to consume the 135 grams and for them to perform well. So that's one tip na you should really consider.
Yeah. I made this channel very informative and I really asked his help because I wanted you guys, my subscribers and followers, to learn from our channel. Every video that we are going to upload, we made it sure that you will learn at least one basic tip about all these things. The farming of ducks, quails, and even this fish, and even the goats. So we are really lucky enough to have my friend. And of course, I would like to shout out Sir Benji Chong. He's not around because he's too busy, man. His partner in business also. And I'm so excited to see eggs and even this incubator, how they incubate their eggs and what type of incubator they are using.
Hi guys, allow me to show you my first building. When I started, this is the first building we have. Actually, we have like 4 pens here, 200 per pen. We have the total of like 800 heads here. Our itik pinas is like on their peak. We are harvesting around 640 to 650 per day in a total heads of 800. So allow me to share to you, for example, you're feeding grower pellet to your ducks, no? If you transition them from grower to layer or pre-lay, you should consider the amount of mixing the feeds. First, you have to have like 75% of your grower, then 25% layer. After 5 days, you can add 50-50. So that is 50% of grower, 50% of layer. Then another 5 days, you can give them 25% grower and 75% layer. Then after another 5 days, you can give them fully layer. It is very important to consider the transition because abrupt change in feeding can also affect negatively to your ducks.
Guys, you will see the eggs that are produced by the ducks, by the layer ducks, and the methods that he has employed is very effective with this production of eggs. How many eggs do we have here? 2,000
2,100 plus.
Yes, this is a 2,100 plus eggs that they have collected just for today, and it produces 80%, I think 80%, roughly 80%. So this is a good business actually, and this is already a milestone for a duck farm owner, producing 80% of eggs out of the breeders. The process will start from, of course, gathering the eggs, and then after gathering these eggs, what is the next process?
The next process is to place this egg to the incubator.
And that's the thing, because this incubator plays a very great role in this business. Because if you have good methods employed in production of the eggs, then we also have to have a good incubator in producing this balut or these chicks. If we have a bad incubator, and that will spoil the whole system. So we have to have a very good and effective incubator. And that's the thing that we are going to feature you guys, because they are also fabricating incubators. If you wanted to have your own, you can just contact the number below, and you can have an arrangement with the secretary, of course, and maybe he can guide you where to avail the fabrication of the incubator. So we will proceed to your incubators. I'm really very excited to see how this is going on. So this is a massive production of balut, and we are privileged enough to be told about the secrets. Actually, these are the secrets that are revealed, and this is for you guys, our subscribers and our followers. So guys, we are here inside in this incubator room. This is a building actually. This is a big building. And at the back, you will see that there are big incubators. So I would say that success is a product of hard work. The clear example of the success that I am talking about is this man. He's been so successful because of hard work, of course. We will not become victorious or successful if we will just keep on thinking about what we are going to do without, action. So we have to do the plans, we have to plan, and we have to do these things and make these things possible. So I'm so glad that he's willing to share with us these incubators, the specifications of this incubator. You will see that it is huge. How many eggs can we load in this particular incubators?
Our incubator can accommodate or has the capacity of 23,000 eggs, more or less. Why 23,000? Because if you use electricity, it's more practical to have lots of load, so that your cost to produce will go down on a business side. So this incubator has the hatchability of around 85%. This incubator is what we call semi-automatic. You have to turn this to move your eggs. This should be done like 3 to 4 times a day.
So this is semi-automatic, and he said that we have to turn the eggs, yes, because if we will not, then the chick will just stick to one side, and it will cause the death of the chicks. It will not hatch. And the main business is actually balut. Well, this balut, as what I have said earlier, are eggs that are incubated for 18 days. So if we are going to sell that to the market, it's just like selling hotcake because of the law of supply and very high in demand. I would like to ask if my friend Ruel will also sell chicks.
Yes.
Because some of our viewers are interested in getting some of these ducklings because they also wanted to start. Actually, I have seen personally the kind of ducks that he has here in the farm, and this is not an ordinary duck. This is the ducks that are hybrid and can really produce eggs. These are the itik pinas. Yes.
Just to give some information to those would like to avail our ducklings, actually, in my experience, in my own experience, if you go for the chop suey, based on my experience, will only give you less than 200 eggs per head per year.
So the chop suey is the mixed breed?
Yes, mixed breed.
Yeah.
That's what we call it here. With my materials, which is the itik pinas, Luckily, I was able to be part of the DOST program, which is Epic for Life.
Yes,
Yes, they give me some parent stocks so we could produce quality ducklings. So just some information, Itik Pinas can produce around 250 to
Eggs.
280 eggs per year
Per
per
year.
bird. Yes.
There's so many eggs.
Yes. The difference of around maximum of 80 eggs per year.
Compared to the other breeds.
Yes, compared with the other breeds, if you consider the expense will be the same, but the performance is way
Way
far.
high.
Yeah.
So Itik Pinas is actually a product of scientific research, and they use the mongrel ducks, even the Skaki Campbell ducks, to produce this kind of duck that will suit to our environment here in the Philippines. And the government of the Philippines, through the DOST, or Department of Science and Technology, is giving some seminars and also materials for those farmers who are capable of raising ducks. And he is one of the recipients, and we are glad that he is now able to produce chicks of this Itik Pinas. And I would like to repeat that if you would like to avail the chicks, maybe you can just contact the number below we will provide. That's the number of his secretary, and maybe you can make some reservations. I don't know. But if you are encouraged and if you are enlightened with this kind of business, well, of course, we have to say that this entails a big capital for the housing, for the feeds, and also for this incubator. But this is a good business.
Actually, this is one of the incubator we have here. Just to give you some example, it's something like this. Then it has you need to date them for you to know how many days.
Can you show the heating element to us?
Actually, we have it here. As you can see, we have 6 nichromes, then 3 electric fans. So the heat will go
Flow.
down, then it will surround all the incubator. This incubator has its what you call compartment, so that if you open this part,
It will not affect here.
it will not affect the other compartments.
As much as possible, we do not frequently open our incubator because it will affect the eggs. And one thing more that we have to emphasize is the standby power. Well, in our place, we always experience this power interruption, and we locally know this as a blackout or brownout. And I saw that there is an industrial generator right here, a standby power, that in case of power interruption, this will supplement
Yes,
the generator. So guys, I am really very honored to be here in this prestigious farm. Shout out to Sir Benji Chong for allowing us to be here, the business partner of my good friend Ruel Polisco. And if you wanted to ask for more details about the business, well, you can avail of the balut or maybe the chicks. You can just contact the number below. And I hope, guys, you are enlightened, and I hope you will still continue to follow us. We are making this channel very informative. We are making this channel also very inspiring, because in life we have to be inspired in order to fuel us to do something good. And I am so thankful that he testified that he was actually fueled, inspired by our channel,
Yes.
the videos of the ducks that we have uploaded. So I am so glad he's giving us back. That is why he allowed us to be here, and he generously gave us all the secrets. Actually, all the secrets are already revealed. So thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe if you are not subscribed to this channel. We are uploading videos every 5 days only here at Dexter's World.
There's a